How old is the oldest autistic person in America?
How old is the oldest autistic person? You know,
Yeah.
that's a great question. I would say, let's see, it would be anybody that maybe is still alive from 1939, 1943 was essentially the discovery of autism. And it's a really good question. I've never heard it posed that way, so I don't have a singular answer to that. There is a famous autistic guy that I think is about 65 that I just saw an article about right now. But here's the point. Like, if they're there, there's like one of them, right? Or two of them. When we look back at the study in 1943 by Leo Kanner, who really was the one that discovered autism, here's what flies in the face of the argument being made now. We're told autism's always been here. The reason there's an increase is we're just diagnosing it better. Well, if that's the case, and we're at arguably 1 in 32 children being diagnosed with autism right now, depending on which study you're looking at, 1 in 20 boys, because it affects boys more, then that should be the rate in every old folks home we go to. There should be, 1 out of 20 men and 1 out of 30 women in the corner of the room at 80 or 90 years old, repetitive motion disorders, never, still in diapers from when they were kids, unable to, have social contact. They don't exist. They are not there. And also, to make that point clear, Leo Kanner, when he found he had about 13 kids that he had gathered together that seemed to have this similar issue. 13 is what he could find. Psychologists and doctors flew from all over the world to come visit and see those 13 children. If autism was always been here since the dawn of man at 1 in 32, then why did anyone need to fly anywhere to see these kids? So your point, and I think the question you're getting to is, if there is one, I'm sure there are, if we look back 1943-ish is when we really see the first people. So there's probably 80, 90-year-old here and there. 1 out of, say, every 10,000, or maybe 1 out of every 20,000 was the rate then. But again, autism also does shorten your life. They tend to, I think the idea is that you tend to live, about 15, 20 years shorter lifespan than if you were a healthier individual.
Yeah, I'm looking at Kai sent me the information off of Wikipedia. Oldest person with autism is a man named Donald Triplett. Donald Gray Triplett is an American man known for being the first person diagnosed with autism. He was first diagnosed by Leo Kanner, which is who you mentioned,
right,
and was labeled as case 1, born 1933, Forest, Minnesota, I believe, 87 years old.